Good morning. I'm Lacey Shippey for the Rural Radio Network, and it's time to take a look at our midday livestock trade with livestock market analyst Kyle Bumsted. And Kyle, we're seeing a little bit of a rally here in our cattle complex. Tell me what you're making of today's trade.
Well, Lacey, it's the exact opposite of what we've seen here on Monday and Tuesday. We shot out of the gates here. We set an open price low in virtually all these contracts. These April feeders, they opened at 354.40, and that was their low of the day so far. In the April fats, they opened at 235. Their low is 234.80 right there on the open. And since then, we've traded a decent range here. These April feeders have traded the $6.82 range here. We're not quite $3 off our highs. We're about $2.50 off our highs here in the feeders. Now, the index today looks like it's going to be down about 65 cents here at 368.93. with the daily number of 362.78 on 3,904 head. Now, the daily number was $6.84 lower than last week. We did see that Beaver, Oklahoma was 5 lower at 358. El Reno, they've got 5,000 head here today. The cash market in the feeders does seem okay here, kind of same with live cattle, even though there's a bit up north here at 235 yesterday and today. That'd be about $8 lower. Nobody's taken it yet here. So still leaning towards steady at worst on the cash here. We got April 10 under last week's cash and March feeders at $12 underneath the index, and that still seems like a big discount to me. So looking for, like I said, steady cash, hopefully higher cash here this week if guys can hold out. We're looking to see here what midday box beef does here yesterday. Last night we saw a big move higher here. Last night we saw that choice box up 671 here. And so far this morning we've seen it up 78 cents here. So not really the fireworks we saw in the box beef today as we saw yesterday. Very quiet though, like I said here, as far as the cash goes. We had 375 bid here on a dress basis, both in Nebraska and Iowa here by a major. No takers. There was also a major bid in 235 here early this morning in Iowa and eastern Nebraska, but no takers there.
Thank you, Kyle. That is livestock market analyst Kyle Bumsted here on the Rural Radio Network.
Nebraska Veterans Aid is here for veterans and dependents facing unforeseen financial emergencies. Get assistance with food, fuel, shelter, clothing, transportation, and even funeral and medical expenses. If you're a veteran facing a financial emergency, apply for Nebraska Veterans Aid. Learn more at veterans.nebraska.gov/NVA. Sponsored by the Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Farming comes with trade-offs. An extra pass means dinner in the cab. An early morning becomes a late night. Unnecessary restrictions turn into headaches. But when you make Enlist herbicides the foundation of your herbicide program, the trade-offs will be in your favor. Effective weed control that's ready to work when you are. Flexible tank mix options and neighbor-friendly applications, all without the need to jump through hoops. See what you'll gain with America's most trusted herbicide system protecting your Enlist E3 soybean fields at Enlist.com.
Welcome back to the Rural Radio Network for a check of your markets. Grain trade seems to be taking a bit of a breather here today after the 2 days of reaction to the conflict in the Middle East. The outside markets and crude have also seemed to settle a bit after the volatility to start the week. Corn futures are about a nickel lower here. The weekly ethanol report showed production 18,000 barrels per day lower, with stocks up by 700,000 barrels. This morning, we had a reported flash sale of 125,000 metric tons of old crop corn sold to an unknown buyer. And soybean futures are 1 to 2 cents lower, with trade chopping just off the high end of the range as we ease some overbought conditions, with soy oil gains slowing as well. And weather in South America is overall favorable, but much too dry in some areas of Argentina. In Brazil, there have been some quality issues noted in the bean harvest so far. And wheat futures are lower today as there's some more chances for rain across the plains this weekend. March corn is down 6 at 4.28 1/4. May down a nickel at 4.41 1/2. March soybeans down 3 3/4 at 11.52. May down 3 1/4 at 11.67 1/4. March Chicago wheat is down 3 at 5.69 1/4. May down 8 1/2 at 5.65 1/2. March Kansas City wheat down 13 1/4 at 5.57 1/4. May down 8 3/4 at 5.69 1/2. April live cattle are up 345 at 237.57. June up 375 at 234.42. March feeders up 577 at 362.97. April up 625 at 359.55. April lean hogs up $1.12 at 96.87. And May up $1.57 at 101.50. That's a look at your markets. You're listening to